and Johnny Gant. Fernand Marcotte, the durable French-Canadian, has successfully defended his middleweight crown 5 times. He'll test Sugar Ray's skills today in a scheduled 10-rounder. Then from Madison Square Garden, it's the 72nd. From the raucous sellout in South Bend, Indiana, to see that UCLA Notre Dame game, the NBC Sports World is here in Convention Center, Miami Beach. Maybe the largest crowd to ever see a non-title fight in this area. It'll be unbeaten boxing sensation Sugar Ray Leonard trying for his 19th straight professional win. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg along with Ken Norton here at ringside. Sugar Ray Leonard, 18-0, against Fernand Marcotte, middleweight champion of Canada, the heaviest man that Leonard has ever fought, Ken.
True, he's giving up weight, but then again, I think he has the speed, and it's not always the power that knocks the man out, it's the snap of the punch.
All right, now, Marcotte is a good left hooker. Now, we know Leonard has great hands and feet. How do you see that matchup?
I think that one time in his career he got hit with a good left hook, but then again, I feel that his speed, the deception, and his snap of his punch is going to keep him out of trouble. Jab is going to work perfect.
Well, let's take a look at the man who's the underdog in this fight, Fernand Marcotte. He won the Canadian middleweight championship at the Forum in Montreal last June against Jean Leclerc. Leclerc fought earlier on this card and won impressively. That's Marcotte facing the camera, a barrage of lefts and rights. 9th round, 13,000 fans in the Forum in Montreal to see Marcotte from Quebec City, Canada, the 29-year-old, win the Canadian version of the middleweight championship. And there he is in his dressing room, getting himself ready. At this time, it's not so much physical, but it's the psychological that he's working on as he looks ahead to meet the Olympic darling of the 1976 games, also in Montreal, in the T-shirt, Sugar Ray Leonard, with those lightning-fast hands, the quick feet, and a personality and an intellect to match his boxing prowess. Sugar Ray Leonard, who has now won 18 in a row as a professional, and as we said, stepping up into the middleweight ranks, there is Ray Leonard. And it's an interesting draw. Everywhere he goes, he draws big crowds.
That's very true. Hey, he's got charisma, he's got intelligence, he's got looks, and he's an individual that's kind of capturing the fancy of the public.
Sugar Ray Leonard against Fernand Marcotte here in Miami Beach's Convention Center, and we'll be right back as the fighters enter the ring. There's the obvious underdog, Fernand Marcotte. He's won 31, lost 8, 3 draws, 22 wins by knockout. Got a good smattering of applause as he went through the ropes. There's a large Canadian contingent, a lot of tourists down in the Miami Beach area that'll be rooting for Marcotte, as well as those that love the underdog. Can he win?
The odds are really against him. I feel that, hey, in order to even make a good show, he's got to apply pressure, and he's got to get in there and try to land that big left hook.
You think he'll go after him early?
He has to, yes.
All right, that's Fernand Marcotte. Sugar Ray Leonard on his way to the ring. We'll be right back at Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray Charles Leonard, his former name. His mother named him after the famous singer, and the drawing power of this young man is a story in itself. His pro debut in Baltimore in February '77 drew a sellout of over 10,000. His last fight in Landover when he beat Johnny Gant, 19,743. And this a very big house on a Sunday afternoon in Miami Beach. That's unusual for a man in a lighter weight division. The big guys, the heavyweights, usually draw the big crowd.
Yes, he's kind of feeling the attention, and right now I think, hey, he has that certain charisma. As I said before, he has that boyish look, and hey, people really love the man.
You saw Angelo Dundee, the famous manager, trainer, and of course with Muhammad Ali announcing his retirement. His focus now is on that young, good-looking middleweight now, Sugar Ray Leonard, who has great popularity and obviously a tremendous talent. He's much too quick for his opponent today, Marcotte, but he's giving away 6 pounds. Now, will that be a factor?
I don't think it'll be a factor unless he gets caught in the corner and the guy lands some good, hard, stiff punches. But I feel, personally, that with his speed and that the power is not a big thing here because, hey, with the speed that he has, the snap of the punch, in turn, helps the man.
Jay Edson is the referee. Let's eavesdrop.
The main thing with me is when I tell you to break, I expect you to break and break clean. If a man gets knocked down, I will not begin the count until the man throwing the blow goes to a neutral corner. Any questions of each? Three knockdown rule is in effect. In effect. Shake hands. Good luck to you.
3 knockdown rule in effect. Of course, that is in effect except for the final bell. It's a 5-point must scoring system here in the state of Florida. Marcotte in the powder blue trunks and Sugar Ray Leonard with his red, white, and blues.
What's going to help Marcotte right now is the fact that he's very durable and he has good power in the left hand. He's going to try to land that left hand as soon as possible, try to get Sugar Ray to respect his left hand, to respect his power. But if he doesn't, Sugar Ray is going to go out, he's going to box him all day, he's going to eventually take him out with a series of punches.
Marcotte is a natural southpaw, so he has plenty of strength in that left hand, converted to a right-hander as a fighter, but good sting in the left hand. Former hockey player, still plays hockey on a over the age limit team back in his home Quebec City. And of course, Sugar Ray Leonard from the Washington D.C. area, Palmer Park, Maryland.
Right now you see Sugar moving around quite a bit. What he's doing, he's trying to get the man, get the range on the man. Whereas Marcotte is coming in now, he's throwing the big bomb. They're not landing, and at the same time, as I stated before, Sugar's trying to get the range, get the jab working, and from there it's going to be all Sugar.
Leonard has such tremendous accuracy with his punches, lightning fast and razor sharp. In his last sparring workout, 6 rounds on Friday, I don't think he missed 5 punches in 5 rounds.
Well, he's a remarkable young athlete. He's not only a good athlete, he's a bright individual.
Says if it weren't for boxing, he wouldn't mind being a gymnast or a singer. I said, are you as good as Joe Frazier? He said, oh, I'm so much better than Joe. He can do a running front somersault, land on his feet. I mean, he's not just talking. He can. He knows his body. When you think about how important it is to relate to all the feet, the hands as a fighter, the head, being able to duck and slip punches, a gymnast knowing where his body is even in midair has to help him as a fighter.
That's very true. Everything has to be well coordinated. And here you see a good example of coordination. Good fast left hand, feet, proper position. He's never off balance.
In the final minute of round 1, Marcotte already showing some redness around the face from those left sticks. Oh, solid left hand high on the forehead of Marcotte.
Those jabs are very stiff, very quick, and very hard. The first portion of this round, you saw Sugar Ray moving around. He wasn't doing much, trying to get the distance. Now he has the distance. He's going to do a lot of combinations, a lot of right hands. He'll find the man first with a good stiff jab. The right hand will follow.
So I missed with a left and a right, but stayed with it and landed a right in the last exchange. Marcotte still looking for an opening. Countering left hand and a solid left jab by Leonard in the final seconds of round 1. Got the crowd oohing and on already. Center, Miami Beach. In case you just joined us, exciting basketball action preceded us. UCLA upset Notre Dame 56-52 at South Bend. Sugar Ray Leonard, light trunks, powder blue of Fernand Marcotte, who goes to the attack in the early going round 2.
Right, that's the only thing Marcotte can do. He has to try getting the pressure in there. He has to try to land the big punch. He has to do anything he can, keep Sugar off balance and then backing up. But the moment he stops, Sugar will start getting his jab back together. He'll start getting his combinations together. His right hand will start working.
Marcotte at 155.5, 6 pounds heavier than Leonard. Leonard has never faced a man this heavy.
Then again, he's also facing a man heavy, but what he lacks in power, he makes up for in the speed that he has. And as I stated before, it's not always the power of a punch that knocks a man out. It's the quickness and the snap of the punch.
And as Angelo Dundee stated before the fight, hey, you get a heavier man, that means he's bigger. That's a larger target to hit.
Larger target, and he's slower. You notice right there, the man threw a punch. Marcotte threw a good punch. Sugar Ray leaned back and countered with a jab.
Oh, that left hand landed. The first solid blow delivered by Marcotte. Oh, a grazing right hand. That's almost on the button.
Right, that's what I mean by countering using speed. He has the right distance. Marcotte threw a good combination, a good hook. Sugar Ray took one step back, let the man's punch drop. He countered with a good straight jab and his right hand over the top, which was barely off the button. Very good right hand by Sugar there on Marcotte. And those right hand leads are very dangerous when you have a man of this caliber of fighter with this speed that Sugar has. Hey, you can do that and you can get away with it.
You fought a man who had a good right hand lead.
Lighten up.
Muhammad Ali, and there's a lot of Ali, of course, in Sugar Ray Leonard and his style, and of course he has the same man in the corner, Dundee.
That's true. Muhammad Ali was a very good fighter, and he's been an inspiration to a lot of young fighters.
Midway through round 2. we should make this point right now. Marcotte has never been off his feet in his professional career. He has been stopped on cuts. No one has ever put him down.
Are we looking for a first today, Dick?
Well, Leonard isn't the one-punch Charlie, but his combinations can be devastating.
That's just not always one punch, it's a series of punches. Notice the snap of the jab, the quickness of the jab.
A blur of red when he starts throwing his combinations. Round 3 coming up. And we listen to Angelo Dundee. Come on, Angie, talk for us.
I think Angie's a little quiet, and Jinx Morton, the man on the outside, is
Plenty good paint. Back him up. You do everything first. Don't let him do nothing first. Good.
All right. In other words, get off first. That's a basic rule.
That's very good advice.
His
The
head's
best
up
defense
there
is a good offense.
Don't let him do nothing first, says Angelo Dundee. Round 3.
Right now, this is kind of going back to the Willie Pep days, Dick. You have the smaller fighter with the hand speed, deception, Sugar Ray.
It's interesting you brought up that name, Willie Pep, because my old friend Mickey Davies, I used to work with him back in the 60s doing the fights from the Olympic, and is now the matchmaker here in Miami Beach. He likened Leonard. He said, I haven't seen hands this fast since Willie Pep.
Man is extremely fast, extremely agile, and extremely intelligent. There you saw Marcotte throw a good right hand, but then again, Sugar leaned from it, caught it with his arm, and was ready to counter with a good right hand if possible.
Left hand partially picked off by Leonard. Leonard was sparring with a young man named Bloom, who's unbeaten, something like 13-0 on Friday, and when it was all over, Bloom came over to me and he said, you can't believe how fast those hands are.
And that was with 16-ounce gloves. Now they have 10-ounce gloves.
Good right hand to the body delivered by Leonard as Marcotte walked in. And another.
Marcotte's walking in, he's throwing body punches, which is the only thing that he can do. He cannot afford to stay outside. Good uppercut by Leonard. No matter what poor Marcotte tries to do, he seems to get hit with something.
Solid left and rights by Leonard right above our location. Redness high in the forehead of the French Canadian.
You know those body punches that Sugar's throwing right now? They're good short body punches right on the elbow. Good right hand. Everything is short and quick.
In the final minute of round 3, and Leonard opening up. Hear the voice of Jay Edson to Leonard. Keep that left hand up. Marcotte trying to fight his opponent away, but Leonard bearing down, constantly pressuring Marcotte. 20 seconds remaining in round 3, and Leonard showing it all. And Marcotte comes back and lands a couple solid blows, and a cut now over the right eye of Marcotte. A cut over the right eye of the Canadian at the end of round 3.
If you notice this flurry, he's picking everything. Good right. Oh, he missed the right hand. But there was a very good hook. And right now, Leonard has full control. He got caught with a good right hand, but he came back with his own right hand, and he's keeping control of the bout.
Meanwhile, Marcotte not able to land cleanly. Rarely does he deliver a punch. Of course, the face of Leonard shows that. A great boxer and a great defensive fighter, and he just has never really been hurt. Very few cuts.
Right now, it's also a thing that he has so much speed that Marcotte cannot just come in and throw anything he wants. He can't do anything. If he throws a punch and he misses, hey, he knows that Sugar's going to counter with something. He knows he's going to get hit.
Checking Marcotte's eye. They stopped the bleeding there, but they were not able to stop the bleeding from the nose. So he's showing the wear and tear of that rat-a-tat-tat attack from Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes, Sugar's doing a very good stiff jab now. He's not using the speed on it or trying to get the snap. He's throwing it out there. He's trying to make sure that Marcotte feels the jab.
And that was Ali's best punch. That was Joe Louis's best punch, the jab. The other is all show, like the driver in golf, but the real punch is the left jab. That's the one that sets up everything else.
That's very true. If you have a good left hand going, you can set up the hook, you can set up the right hand, uppercut, everything falls behind the left hand.
Left hand that had the eyes blinking. Marcotte really took one on the bridge of the nose.
And that hurts. If you notice the determination in Sugar's eyes, watch the concentration he has. He's watching the man hard. He's waiting to see what he's going to do. He's watching the man's eyes, his shoulders. Whenever he starts to make a move, Sugar knows exactly what he's going to do. He knows exactly how to counter it.
You saw Marcotte take that left jab as you saw Leonard just zeroing in. Sugar Ray Leonard, a former NBC Sports World boxing commentator. Should he win this fight, might be interesting to get Leonard to interview Leonard.
That would be very interesting. He's a very, very intelligent man, as I stated before, and I think that, hey, he can handle it.
Just circling and jabbing, and Marcotte becomes a punching bag here in round 4. Oh! Half a minute remaining in round 4. Lancer-like left hands from Sugar Ray Leonard. Boy, this is a clinic.
Marcotte is definitely getting a very good lesson in boxing. His only hope is to land a big left hook.
He's game. Marcotte, the Canadian, game. Enter round 4. Round 5 from Miami Beach Convention Center. Crowd, we'd say 6,500, 7,000. Lee and Liston drew only 6,200 here. This is a big house for Sugar Ray Leonard, who has drawn him wherever he goes. Also drawn some blood from the nose of his opponent, Fernand Marcotte.
As we were saying before concerning Leonard, when he was sports caster for NBC, working on Sports World, he's a very articulate young man. He's a man that knows what he wants, knows how to go about doing it, and he's well prepared.
And as you know, Ken, you're an intelligent man. The fight fan, like every other sports fan, wants his hero to be one who speaks well and carries a particular image. And you say you can't be just a D's and Do's guy anymore and survive in any sport. You have to use your head as well.
That's very true, because I think the fighter of today is the new breed. We are doing it by choice, not out of necessity. And most of the fighters here have an education, and they want to make a good presentation, not only for themselves, but for the game.
Leonard appears to be pulling back and pacing himself here in round 5.
Except on that one good body shot. The man is well schooled.
Boy, those are vicious right hands downstairs. Halfway through round 5, it's scheduled for 10.
He's pacing himself very well. He's picking the shots now. He's not flurrying as much, because Marcotte is said to be a very durable young man. His only hope is to land a big left hook, or later on in the fight have Sugar tire a little bit and come on with his supposedly good power.
Yeah, that's what his father, who trains Marcotte, says, that if it goes after 6 rounds, we feel then we might have that opening and the one big punch, and then we start banking the money. Not too many have found the openings on Leonard. Final minute of round 5. You can just see the intensity in the face of Leonard, as if to say, okay, I've given you 2 minutes rest. Here I come in the final minute.
Very good jab, right hand. 1, 2. The basic punch in boxing.
Left jab, right cross. You watch in tight. You almost feel those blows.
the fans now can see the expression on Leonard's face, his eyes. He knows exactly what he wants. He's out there. He's concentrating on it. He knows exactly what he has to do to get it.
You saw that left jab was there, and Marcotte, after the punch had been there's the right hand, puts Marcotte down. No, it is not a knockdown. Jay Edson, who has refereed 44 championship fights, said, nope, that was a slip. No knockdown. So Marcotte has survived round 5.
Very good right hand. Right hand lead.
Round 6, and you have the feeling as this fight has developed that this could well be it for Fernand Marcotte if Sugar Ray Leonard decides to try to put him away.
Right, he has sustained a very bad cut above his eye, but then again he has a very good cut man in his corner who has stopped the bleeding. It was only a matter of time. He was raper left jabs, open it again. Those speeding right hands hit the point again. Is that a good way to put it?
What was that again? We're going to have to replay that one. But that left hand has done its damage, and the cut over the right eye of Marcotte, but it's not bleeding at the moment.
On that exchange, you saw Marcotte throw a good combination, but every one of those punches were picked off by Leonard. He rolled with the right hand, he caught the hook, and he's very well taught, and he's very well schooled, and hey, he knows, as I said before, he knows what he has to do in order to win.
He's thrown 5 jabs in this round, and all 5 right on the button. Well, his fame began, although certainly was late in his amateur career. He had 150 fights as an amateur, did Leonard, winning 145. But we all grew to know him and love him in those Olympic Games in Montreal, very near the home city of his opponent, Fernand Marcotte. And, of course, 1980 will be in Moscow for those games.
I break it, that's it.
Right hand. Very seldom you see that in boxing at that speed.
Look at there. There's a triple, and he missed on the 4th. So Marcotte, seeing all those left hands, wondered where that other extra hand was coming from. How do you stop Sugar Ray Leonard? Razor sharp. One punch after another, all landing. He was able to... Marcotte was able to bob under a couple of those right hands. That was about it.
He bobbed under 2, comes up and gets hit by 3.
Oh, Marcotte lands a right hand. That's a moral victory for him. Cut is opened again to the side of the right eye of Marcotte. Trying to weather round 6. Final minute. Marcotte bleeding from the nose. Has to be very difficult for him to breathe. And he's bleeding over the eye. And that right eye...
Right hand by Sugar. What Marcotte is trying to do right now is throw right hand under Sugar's left jab, trying to slow his jab down, but he can't do it. He throws the right hand and gets hit with 4 punches.
Time has been stopped. That's not the end of the fight.
Very bad cut.
Just stopping the fight is Edson. He wants to make sure that cut is not serious. The fight has not been stopped. They're going to call in the ring position. And it's okay. Just blood, but not that bad a cut. Seconds of round 6.
He hit him with a lead right hand and a good 1-2.
A little French pastry now by Sugar Ray Leonard, as Al McGuire would describe it. The end of round 6. Prerogative to stop it first, go to the trainer to make sure the cut is not serious. If he can't stop the bleeding, then you go to the attending physician. They did not need the medical help. The cut is on the outside of the eye, not in the eyelid itself, and so then, therefore, not quite as serious, but well, you have to feel for Fernand Marcotte. I'm not sure that I'd want to get up and... This is number 7.
And the bleeding was not stopped that round, in between the round. It's bleeding already, and after a few more good jabs, 2 right hands is going to open up again. The only thing that Marcotte can do right now is to go in, to try to apply some pressure, try to do what he can early. Because if he waits, the longer he waits, the more he's going to get hit, the deeper the cut's going to get, and it's a good chance it might stop the fight.
The blood, of course, on the trunks, white trunks of Sugar Ray Leonard is not his own.
Here we saw Marcotte throw a sharp right hand. Sugar step back once and kind of with his left hand over the top.
Big day on NBC Sports. We have the wide open action that will follow Sports World. Final round. I want to send along our best best to your manager, friend Bob Byron, in the hospital in San Diego. Certainly rooting him back to answer the next bell.
Yes, to Bob, at the present time, is a very sick man. He's having a lot of difficulties as well. And hopefully things will have a turn for the best for him.
Middle of round 7, scheduled for 10. There have been no knockdowns. Marcotte went down on a slip. That could have gone either way. Marcotte has never been on the canvas from a punch. And that eye must be difficult for him to see, the right eye bleeding profusely.
The right eye's bleeding bad, but then again, Sugar's throwing a good right hand. That was a good leaping hook by Sugar.
But Marcotte can take a punch. We've learned that today. He's taken Leonard's best in combinations and has stayed on his feet. He's game, but
is there a limit?
That's right. What do you have to prove at this point? You're right. I support Holding. I don't think the game should be called knockdown. It's still boxing. You don't have to knock out every opponent just to get the crowd on your side. If you've beaten the man, you've beaten him. That's it.
When a man is totally outclassed, I think it's beautiful to keep drawing.
There's always that Hollywood version where you throw the one big roundhouse right and you knock out the overwhelming favorite, but that's not real life.
That's the Hollywood version of it. Body shots, he comes back to the head. That's the mark of a good fight. He goes to the body, brings the man's hands down, comes back to the head.
Less than a half minute remaining in round 7. Through a sea of crimson, Marcotte trying to block some of the blows of Sugar Ray Leonard. How close is Leonard to a championship fight himself? He's been brought along slowly and very carefully, professionally by Angelo Dundee. Is he ready to go after the likes of Pepino Cuevas and others? Round 8. And the doctor, after examining the cut outside the right eye of Marcotte, said the fight can continue. The courage of the French-Canadian very much in display. We were saying at the end of round 7, Ken, is Leonard ready for Pepino Cuevas or Wilfredo Benitez, the two welterweight champions, or Tommy Hearns, Palomino?
Yes, I think that right now, with the man progressing the way he is, with his hand speed, his smartness, his agility, and the way he's being brought along and trained, that it's a very short time until he's ready for these individual fighters.
Wouldn't that be a match, Leonard against Cuevas, the way that Cuevas will take 4 punches to land that one big haymaker against a boxer the likes of Leonard? Ooh, I'd love to see that one.
A very good fight, very good. Leonard landing 4 and 5 punches, Cuevas trying to land 1.
A minute gone.
And the way things are going with him moving up in weight, with Duran there, look at it with Leonard and Duran together. That would be a good fight later on.
I think it's no question about what Leonard's going to have to fight as a full-fledged middleweight before too long.
At the rate he's growing now, with the strength, with the speed, it's only a matter of time when he'll be fighting a full-fledged middleweight.
2.5 pounds over the welterweight limit for this fight at 149.5.
But he's going to be so much faster than they are. He'll lack power as he's back in this fight, but his hand speed and the snap of his punches is going to make up for that extra strength.
Incredible boxing display by Leonard. Almost knocked the mouthpiece out of Marcotte's mouth with that right hand, and here he goes.
Good right hand.
Remaining in round 8. Landing at will.
This is why I think they should stop the fight. The man has no chance of winning. Even now, he can't do anything. Sugar's doing what he wants, landing punches at will, and very futile.
He does survive the count. The winner is Sugar Ray Leonard. They've stopped the fight. Leonard puts the veteran Marcotte, the 29-year-old French-Canadian, to the canvas for the first time in his career, as Leonard most impressive again in victory.
There you go again. It wasn't the power, it was the speed and the snap of the punches, and a series of punches that done it. They did this.
There's the official announcement.
seconds of the 8th round. Winner by a knockout, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Leonard continues along the unbeaten trail. We're going to talk to the winner, Sugar Ray Leonard, ask him about his future. We'll be right back at the Convention Center in Miami Beach after we pause for this word.
Great games of Fernand Marcotte.
The white robe of the winner, Sugar Ray Leonard, is symbolic. He remains pure as a pro, 19 victories in a row, and the guy that you beat, obviously, were the winner by early in the going, but he gave you all that you might have wanted in terms of his endurance.
Well, Dick, Marcotte is a very strong fighter. I give him a lot of respect. You know, moving up to the dream middleweights is tough, but I'm confident because I'm a fighter, and it's a business, and there's no use me pulling out. The fight went on as I planned because I had a strategy. There was in the later rounds to go to the body. A couple times I threw a Ken Norton body shot, and it took its toll in the later rounds.
Let's go back to the 8th round and see how Marcotte had never been down in his professional career. Maybe you can help us understand what combination finally put him to the canvas.
Oh, sure, Dick. Well, right here, a lot of overhand rights was doing a great deal of damage. I flurried quite a bit. In fact, he was slowing down. His pace was slacking. His punches wasn't as effective as they were in the earlier rounds. But I kept doubling up, and like I said, those body shots really did a great damage in the later rounds.
Well, unfortunately, we lost our monitor here at ringside. What, as you recall, what was the combination that finally put him? Was it a right hand that knocked him down?
Well, I put them all together. I don't think it was just one particular punch. I think they all took effect as I was beginning to throw combinations.
Ken?
Well, I also agree with Sugar. I feel that early in the fight, the only chance that Marcotte had was to come in and apply pressure early and try to land his power. But as you saw, Sugar was on the outside all the time. He got the man, first part of the first round, he moved around. He got the distance of the man. After that, it was a matter of bouncing back with the jabs, the right hands, and taking care of business. And we were discussing it earlier. We feel that later on in your career, you're going to move up to middleweight because, hey, you're young and you're growing. And what you lack in power, you're going to make up for it with speed and snap.
Oh, no question, Kevin. I feel great. Came in at 149.5. Welterweight's no problem, but I'm quite sure in the near future I'll be a middleweight and for $1 million.
Hey, wait, before we talk that big money, I wanted to ask you, as a NBC Sports World commentator, if you were in my position asking you a question, what would Leonard ask Leonard?
I would ask Sugar Ray Leonard, why did he pick the sport of boxing?
Why did he?
Because I feel that boxing is my sport. I love it, and I'm benefiting off it for a great future.
Angelo, quickly, fans have to be wondering, hey, how long does he continue to fight the Marcottes? He's ready to move up, isn't he?
We're going to fight a rated fighter. Next fight, March 24th in Tucson, Arizona. We're fighting Daniel Gonzalez, and he's a rated guy like 6th, 7th in the ranking. We're fighting rated guys right along.
How long before a title bout?
When I see what I want to see, like Ken saw something tonight, then we're going to fight for the title.
$1 million.
So money will talk. Congratulations, Sugar Ray.
And you too, Ken.
Good for you, man.
Exciting man to watch. Sugar Ray Leonard knocks out Fernand Marcotte in the 8th round. Due to the length of the Sports World show today, we're sorry that we're unable to bring you the World Championship of Blackjack. That will be televised at a later date. Now stay tuned for the drama of the Wanamaker Mile from the Milrose Games and a Sports Journal investigation into the bizarre case of Raider quarterback